Morning YouTube, it's that same view, which means one thing. Yes, it's another road trip. Don't think I've done a road trip for about a year now, so quite psyched for this one, to be honest, even though I'm a bit knackered this morning from work and things. So yeah, the plan is a little bit different today, to do, hopefully, if we can, 3 shops in Stoke in a short period of time in the first couple of hours, and then head on down to Leeds to do the newish arcade club, which neither of us have done before. So that'll be good, and then chill out and have a few drinks. But I'm really looking forward to seeing the new Leeds Arcade Club. I love the Berry one. The Berry one's superb. It doesn't look quite as big, the Leeds one, but we'll find out. But I'm still looking forward to it. Hope I can get on a few games, and yeah, let's see what this road trip brings. Let's get en route. We're en route then now. We're en route to Stoke On Trent. As mentioned, we're going to try and do 3 retro shops. I think the first one's called The Retro Shop. The other one's called Obsolete Gaming. I can't remember the other one. Is it Game something? But yeah, that's the plan. 3 shops I've never been to before. And then we're going to head on down to Arcade Club in Leeds. I nearly said Bury then, but yeah, the new one in Leeds. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm here today with Lenny.
Morning.
Looking forward to a good day. Some gaming and a few drinks later, nice meal. So yeah, that's the plan. So stay tuned. It's not looking too bad weather-wise. It's blooming muggy, and it'll be even hotter in Arcade Club, but it's all good fun. So yeah. So here we are at the retro shop in Stoke On Trent. A bit of an industrial area. There's a little yellow sign there. Going to go in and see what's about.
So you don't realise. Look at the old snow speeder.
Oh yeah.
Right, I've got 2 of them. Even over here. It's like a jumble sale.
Jeez, it is, isn't it? Okay, we've just left the retro shop. I'll talk about it at the end of the video. Very briefly, it was a massive place inside industrial unit. So much stuff. I'll go into detail with that a little bit at the end of the video. And we're now going to head on down to the next shop, which I think is called Game Zone. And finally Obsolete Gaming after that. So that's the plan. Did get a couple of pickups in the last shop. Obviously I'll show you at the end. But hoping for a few more this one. Hoping for a few more cheaper titles, shall we say. Or maybe a big Mega Drive hitter, who knows, but yeah, we're just going to head on down to the next one. So you're all at Game Zone, just on the outskirts of Stoke. Mega Drive 2, let's go in and have a look.
Sometimes better sound than the
We've just left Game Zone on the outskirts of Stoke. Nice little shop, got some pickups from there which you'll see shortly. And going on to the final shop, which is Obsolete Gaming. So what do you think of that shop then, Len?
Smaller than the other one.
Yeah, a lot smaller, but now some good stuff in there though, really, I thought. But yeah, we're going to get to Obsolete Gaming and then hit the road to, I was going to say Bury again, to Leeds and down to the good old, or good new arcade club. So yeah, stuck in traffic, but we should be there in about 15 minutes at the... Well, here we are at Obsolete Gaming, and unfortunately he's closed. Not sure why. See if we can try and phone him, otherwise we may just have to head on down to sunny Leeds. Obsolete Gaming is now open, so let's go in and take a look.
Hello. You're not going to like me very much, but I bought myself the Nintendo NES.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. For another game shop. Well, I haven't got one. I just did. Thought I'd tell you. Just in case you decide to go, I've got one for sale. Do you have the real Ghostbusters at all for it?
No, maybe I'll watch that one. So as you've just seen, Obsolete Gaming open just as we're about to leave. I'll talk about the shop at the end, but yeah, got a few more pickups. It was quite good in there. So yeah, so fairly successful shop visits, new shop visits done. I'll try and put the address in the tagline of the YouTube video, or I'll read it out at the end. So yeah, it's absolutely roasting hot. It's very muggy today, so we're gonna, well, Lenny's gonna do the driving on down to, well, where are we going first? So we're going to stop off the services for some lunch, then we're going to check into the hotel and finally get to our destination, which is of course Arcade Club in Leeds. So I'm sure there'll be more footage later on. I'm going to hopefully get some good footage of the actual Arcade Club and maybe some drunken footage tonight, who knows. But yeah, what was I going to say then? Stay tuned. We've just managed to grab lunch, lovely Burger King, thanks Len. And we're just head en route now to the hotel, and of course, I keep mentioning it, Leeds Arcade Club. The sun's just come out, it's quite warm today actually, travelling, it's really muggy, but you can see over there, probably totally wrecked the camera, but somewhere over there anyway. So yeah, gotta head on now, and probably the next time we see me filming, we might be close to actually at the hotel. So we're finally heading there, as the lights come on red. There's the hotel we're staying at. Good old Premier Inn, KFC to the right, Costa, there's a bar up here as well. Sea Rider if you want to get to Sea Rider, or Cafe Nero. But yeah, not far away now, so I think it's time we checked into the hotel, maybe had a beer, or maybe just got straight down to Arcade Club. What do you reckon, Len?
Beer first.
Good one. Here we are on Headingley's pub crawl. So we've made it to Arcade Club Leeds. I think we should go in and take a look, don't you?
Classics here, Final Fight and Bond.
Yeah, we are.
All the Mortal Kombat games. Absolute classic Pac-Man. Pac-Mans.
Oh, not try that. I didn't. I was always busy, so.
It's completed. See him in your review mirror as well.
so I'm actually back from Arcade Club, Leeds, and a sort of road trip as well with my good friend Lenny. Right, you'll have to excuse it. I need a haircut, I need a shave. I've just got home from work, I've just done a bit of overtime. I'm sweating, it's boiling hot in the flat, so I look a bit of a mess, so I apologise, but what you see is what you get with me, so that's... right, so where do we begin? Right, well, as you've seen from the footage, we visited 3 shops in Stoke On Trent. I'll start from the beginning. I'll start from Lenny picked me up about, I think it was 9 o'clock on the Saturday morning. We went on and had a quick Mackey's breakfast, as you do, and went on down to, plan was to visit 3 shops in Stoke or that area. Now these 3 shops I'd never done on a road trip before, so it was nice to do some new shops. I know I'm not going to find high-end Mega Drive at these. There was a Mega Drive title I could have swapped at one of the shops, but I just wanted to concentrate on getting cheap Master System. If the Mega Drive was there, it was a bonus. I have got some Mega Drive pickups coming, by the way, but that'll be in a separate video. So yeah, it was just to focus on trying to buy some cheap Master System to sell on perhaps at some point in the future. So I went to the first shop. Now, the first shop we went to is absolutely in the middle of nowhere. It was called the Retro Shop, and I'll give you the address. I might actually put the addresses in the description, I'm not sure, but it's called the Retro Shop, Unit 7B, Regent Work, Chatfield Place, Lawley Street, Longton area of Stoke On Trent, ST3 1LZ. It was in a bit like a rundown industrial area next to a karate place, a car park, a few other units I think were occupied, but you wouldn't know it was there really. Now, I didn't get too much footage in there, but I've got to say, some of the stuff in there was absolutely off the scale. It had a decent amount of like retro games, but it wasn't just retro games, it was mainly like figures, annuals, comics. To be honest, I'd need a good area or two to have a proper look around there, but just because we're on a tight schedule, I couldn't do that. But they'd got some like Rocky figures, which I really wanted, but they were just, the prices there were just absolutely ridiculous. They'd got a good decent selection of retro, but the prices are just mad. I mean, some of like, I did buy a couple of games from there, which I paid over the odds for just to make a purchase, but there wasn't much else I could buy. The prices were just absolutely just silly. I mean, if they could sort that out, I'd go there again and again. It was a great place. You know, they had so much stuff, and they had some old Star Wars figures, they had, as I mentioned, the Rocky figures, but they were like £38 a figure. Back to the Future stuff, I mean, stuff I might have been interested in perhaps buying, but I'm not going to buy it at £38 a figure. You know, I'm not going to buy a Master System game that's normally, say, £8 at 20 quid. You know, although I did buy a couple over the odds to make a purchase, as I said, but as you've seen from the footage, it's like all figures, comics, there were some old annuals there, Doctor Who stuff. It was really good, and I'd like to revisit. They've got so much stuff there. I think they've got more hidden away. But the prices just put me off, unfortunately. But it's well worth a visit if you want to have a rummage around, and hopefully we'll get to do it in a future road trip. And if they do this, I don't mean no offence, but your prices are just too high, unfortunately. But they've got so much space and so much stuff there that it's like an Aladdin's cave. But anyway, to get on with this video, I actually bought 2 pickups. Now, as you'll see from the prices there, how expensive they are, particularly with this one, I would think. Although it's not that expensive, but it was just a few pounds more than I wanted to pay. But it was World Cup Italia 90 on the Sega Master System. Now, I might be wrong, but I would imagine the going rate for this is probably £3, £4, but it was £6. So, you know, it was a little bit over. And this one was the Terminator. And again, I don't know, I just felt it was a little bit too much. Maybe I'm wrong, but this was £8. So that's the Terminator. So those are the 2 games that I bought from that first shop. We then went on down to the Game Zone, which is 278 High Street, Stoke On Trent, ST3 1LZ. I think I've got the same postcode as the other place. But anyway, it's 278 High Street, Stoke On Trent. It was a few miles away. The Game Zone, the guy was really friendly there. A nice little shop. But he had a good selection of Mega Drive and Master System, which is my forte, of course. And from there, I actually bought, believe it or not, this is where I actually got a decent value. I thought 8 games for £30. He did knock a couple of quid off. And the 8 games were, in no particular order, Batman Returns, The Ninja, I had this one before, The Jungle Book, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, I think it is. Yeah, not Temple of Doom, I had to check. Trivial Pursuit. I hate it when the cart struck out. It's a heavy one. Golfomania. It's got a poster in the back of the instruction manual. As always complete. The Lucky Dime Caper featuring Donald Duck. Not sure if I've owned that one before, possibly. Again, they may not be mint, but they're complete. And the final one from there was good old Sonic the Hedgehog. So yeah, that was the Game Zone. Very, very nice guy, very friendly, willing to do a deal. Decent amount for a small shop. Didn't even know it was there, to be honest, till I sort of planned the road trip. So yeah, it was good to visit there. So we went down to the final one there. We left this one till last because it doesn't open till 12 o'clock. It's Obsolete Gaming, 66 Stafford Street, ST1 1LU, area of Stoke On Trent. Now we got there about 12:05 and it wasn't open. I think we stayed till 15:15. We were just about to go, 20:15. We really had stayed as long as we could. We were already late for our schedule that we planned. But excuse me. But the guy actually turned up and had been caught in traffic. This was a similar size shop to Game Zone. Obsolete Gaming was. Didn't have as much in there as I thought he would, but he had a nice little bundle of Mega Drive and Master System as always, and an arcade machine I think to play in there. But he didn't seem to have as much stock as I thought he'd have. But I think he sells on eBay. I might be wrong. But yeah, he did a little deal as well. So I got 4 games for £20, and the games I bought were Super Monaco GP, favourite of mine back in the day on the Mega Drive, but this is the Master System. I always buy this. Pit Fighter. Even though I don't think it was that great a conversion on Master System. It wasn't that great on Mega Drive, but something to do with the sprites. Penultimate game was World Class Leaderboard by US Gold. And the final game I bought, I don't know how much this is worth, but not really seen. It's a little bit dirty, but it's, just say dirty, marks. It is Desert Speed Trap Roadrunner. So yeah, so those are the games that I bought. So when you factor that in, expensive first shop, I perhaps shouldn't have really bought those 2 games, possibly the Terminator, I don't know. Shouldn't really paid £6 for World Cup Italia 90, but if you include those, I bought 14 games for £64, which is £4.57 a game, which is not bad. If you take off those 2 biggies, then it's even less. So yeah, that was it. Those were the purchases. So then we decided to head on down. Well, it was already pre-planned, of course, but we decided to head on down to Leeds. We checked into the hotel because of Obsolete Gaming being a bit late and having to stick to that time of the shop opening. We were a little bit later than planned. We did stop for lunch on the way. Nice Burger King. So we checked into the hotel and we had a pint in the bar downstairs. We got to Arcade Club probably an hour, maybe an hour later than expected. We got there about 4:25. And we stayed there actually for 4 hours, till about 8:30. Perhaps an hour, like I say, maybe we needed maybe another hour there, but it's always good to be wanting more. Now, my thoughts on Arcade Club Leeds. I've got to be honest, I went there expecting it to be a poor man's arcade club. I expected Bury to be the best. I really thought Leeds was going to be a watered down version, and I didn't think I was going to enjoy it. I was wrong. It's different to Bury totally, but what I liked about it was on the second floor they had all the retro and they had it in genres. Like I think you had about 4 or 5 Mortal Kombat machines in a row. So you had the fighting area, you had Double Dragon there, you had Final Fight, which I played. Me and Lenny completed it. And you had like little areas where there was Space Invaders, you know, that kind of genre together. Yeah, and you had like a little room like shoot 'em up scene. You had some car games together. Although I don't think car games can be played standing up with pedals. That's just my pet hate. But no, retro floor was spot on. I actually like downstairs as well. They've got some a decent selection of car racing games. They've got Sega Rally, Daytona, Outrun that we played as well. A couple of the cabinets didn't seem to move, like Space Harrier. I got the top score on that. My dad used to like playing that, bless him. But it didn't seem to move, and it moved a little bit left and right. It didn't go up and down. I don't know if it's broken or whether it ever did that. I think the Afterburner one didn't move either, Lenny said. But we got to go on this new Japanese shoot 'em up. We had to go on, like, say, the car games. We got on the new House of the Dead game. Had a decent amount on that. That was really good fun. Would have liked to play that longer, but I've got to observe the rules. The rules with the continues to give people a fair chance. But no, I didn't care much for there didn't seem to be that many kids there, which I think was good, because they did have rooms for the kids, like the Fortnite and the Minecraft or whatever they do, in like little, like, kind of like, I'd say classrooms kind of thing, upstairs and in little rooms. And they had a VR section, nice big screen with some sabres on, football. Lenny had to go on the car racing game there. It seemed really easy to get on stuff, to be fair. When I first went, I thought, oh my God, it's going to be packed. But it was busy, but you could get on things like at Bury. And I've got to say, I really like the bar area. I do like the Bury bar area, which is relaxed and chilled, but the Leeds one had some good tables to sit at. It had draft lager. It was really cheap for drink, and we didn't eat there, but the food looked really good. The menu was so much better. I mean, I haven't got a shot of it, but there was so much more choice. But the nachos that came out and the pepperoni pizzas looked spot on. I've got to say, I was really impressed with that. There was a very good vibe there, friendly vibe again. Now with no dickheads, you know, a bit like Bury. It is what it is. I actually enjoyed it. The aircon was a blessing as well, because I get so hot anyway. But obviously, in arcade club you get boiling hot. But the aircon, you could stand on it, have blasts of it. It was great, and I think it was really well laid out. Actually, I actually enjoyed it. I'm sort of torn now whether I prefer Bury or Leeds. I think I've definitely got to have another visit to Leeds. Definitely worth another visit. And I'd like to have another visit to Bury as well. But it was a great day. I got to play, like I said, I got to play Final Fight. I played Space Harrier. Like I say, Outrun, Sega Rally, Daytona, the new Jap game. House of the Dead, Bomb Jack, Pong, which I was ridiculously crap at. Space Invaders I got to play, which I'm still crap at. Yeah, I don't think I got to play Paperboy, which I wanted to. And there was no super off-road there, like there is at Bury. But yeah, it was really good. It was a good selection for everybody. I can't work out what I prefer best. I like both, and I think it's a welcome addition, and let's hope it does well. I didn't think I'd be saying that. I thought I'd say, no, it's no good. Stick to Bury. Leeds is really tiny, but I think they got the retro floor spot on. And it was really good, and I want to go again. So I think the draft lager did help a little bit, but so that was it really. So that was the road trip. It was 3 shops, stop over Leeds Arcade Club. So yeah, I'm knackered. I don't really know if there's anything else to say really. I'm still collecting Mega Drive. I've got a couple of pickups. Well, I've got one, but I'm just waiting for the other one to be replaced. So there'll be a video coming up with a couple of Mega Drive pickups shortly. So we're nearing in on the final few now with the Sega Mega Drive set. I'm trying to think what events are coming up. I'm really out of touch with it because I've not been on Facebook for a couple of months, so I'm sort of missing out on what's going on with the Play Expos, the markets, the revival. I hear there's a friend there's a revival for members possibly next year, February. I'm not sure, which obviously I'll be attending, but that's a long way. I know Play Expo Blackpool's coming up in a few weeks' time. I'd love to go, but I just feasibly cannot afford it. Unfortunately, I've got a holiday coming up. I'm working overtime, trying to clear some debts. It's yeah, I just can't do it, unfortunately. But yeah, as much as I really want to, I just can't. I can't. But yeah, I'm no doubt I'll catch some videos up on YouTube and see what I missed out on. But yeah, I don't know when the next event's going to be, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know when the next event's actually going to be. So I think that's pretty much it. The next video will be hopefully a couple of Mega Drive pickups, and hopefully I'll get to do another video before Christmas or something. But yeah, stay tuned. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. I've waffled on too much. I hope you enjoyed the footage of Arcade Club Leeds. I tried to get as much as I could. It was quite, you don't want to be getting people's faces filming them. But I hope you enjoyed it, and catch you in the next video. Adios, YouTubers. Keep it real. I'm back. There's one thing I forgot to say, and that is a massive thank you to Lenny for taking us on the road trip for driving, and for the laughs we had, and we had a great time. And just want to say cheers, mate. Thank you very much. And when's the next one? Let's do another one.